Right.
So,
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm good.
a good thing.
I'm glad I went through. I'm glad I was diagnosed with breast cancer, so I went through it. I'm glad. I'm really glad. It may sound stupid, but I'm glad because I've learned a closer walk with God, and I've learned how to deal with people as a whole.
Good.
Take the bitter with the sweet and move on.
All right. And your word for today is life. Life. Before we close out the show, these words that you just heard, they're going to be given to you from some people that has wisdom in this game of music, and I'm pretty sure you'll be encouraged by these words. Well, me, myself, I started recording, well, my first recording was James Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
73.
Yeah. Yeah.
The godfather of gospel music. My mother was the choir director, and my first thing was when I seen how he did the recording, I said, that's what I want to do. It wasn't shooting basketball, it wasn't playing soccer, it wasn't on the football team, it wasn't wrestling, it wasn't another thing. But when it came to the Lord, my decision was to choose that music and stick with it. When I seen how this man recorded, I was just blown away from it. And then my very last recording, through the years, I had to cut all the commercial breaks out because due to the time, was with Walter Hawkins. And that was an experience that just took me just way overboard because James Cleveland was an old school, you know what I mean? And so I grew up with the old school. But Walter Hawkins opened the door for the next generation.
Right.
And so we did the Love Alive 5 with that album. And I was just so excited to be in the building when that went down. It was just, oh my goodness. And so we want to salute, I'm going to always salute the Walter Hawkins family, and may God continue to bless you, and He has so much more in store for you that your eyes and your ears have not seen or heard. Continue to stick with the Lord. That's the only way that we're going to make it in this road. But these people on this stage have done some things that has really been encouraging. Now, I want to ask one question, and then we're going to take it around for them to answer. Now, in this music, God give us time to touch a soul, touch somebody, if it's a kid or if it's an older person. In this ministry, when that mic got into your hands and the Spirit was there, the Spirit, you can't see it, it's not flesh. But when you felt the touching of the Spirit through somebody else's comment or their view, how did you feel in during that time when that person came to you and said, brother, I was going through something and that song just brought me through. If it was that kind of experience, can you give us a few moments on how that made you feel in your music? I know it takes you to a higher level because sometimes first I had the knocky knees when I started singing. Then I got into this is all right. Then I got into the next stage where, I can sing something now. Now I'm not a singer no more. I'm just giving God glory and praise no matter what. So it's like a step. First I was like, I'm a star now. But that fades away, because daylight comes, there's no stars. I want to shine all the time for the Lord, not part-time. I'm not in this for the sellout. I'm for the long haul. When I commit to something, I'm in it for the long haul. But that first experience that you had in this music that touched you, and you can give us a little bit light on to the people that's all around the world, and they can help. Because what we need now is love, and that's what's going to make it through this journey. Because it's so tough. Everything else is so many distractions. But that first experience. For this love of music that brought you closer to the Lord was anyone can go at any time. We're just opening up the door for whoever.
You want to go ladies first? You want to go yet?
Okay.
Sister Hutson?
Well, when someone come up to me and say, I was going through something, I don't get the big head. I just keep a low key. Because when you're singing, you're supposed to be singing to try to reach somebody. And if that particular person come to you and say, oh, I enjoyed you singing all the way, Lord. You're supposed to say, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And just pray for me. But most of the people get the big head. It ain't about you. It has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
It's all to do with God. God gave you the gift that you have, so don't get the big head. Do what you have to do for the Lord. And he will bless you. Many people will come to you and say, oh, I love your singing, Brother Charles. I love your singing, Brother Marcel. Beatrice, I love your singing. Honey, thank you. Just pray for me. Don't get the big head and stick your chest out, because to me, you ain't got no chance unless God give you what he give you. That's all I can say. Keep it low key. Let it be about God, because it's about God. People think it's about them, but it has nothing to do with you. He gave you what you got. So
was it a child or was it an adult, or how did you feel when that person came?
It was adult. It was men's, women, children. Oh my God! When a little kid come to me,
a lot of people.
I just have to hug the little kid. I can't hug everybody, you know, but I have to hug the child when they say that to me, and I just tell them, pray for me. I don't get the big head about nothing.
All right.
No.
Very good. Very good. Take that note. Write that down. You got whoever's next. You got two.
Yeah, hold on. You know, when it's funny that you gave me the word instrument too, but when someone comes to me, or a group of folks come to me after I finish singing and says, you blessed my soul, or I was going through something, my thing to them is, to God be the glory. Okay? Because I am just that instrument.
Oh, yeah.
I was just being played by God.
Oh,
okay?
yes.
God knows who he needs to hear that word through song.
Yes, yes.
And so this, and that's why singers, it's not to take this thing lightly that we do, because granted, you know, singing can't save you, the music cannot save you, but the words can minister to your heart and break that yoke. And then it will enable people to go and seek, you know, because that's what we're supposed to first, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Okay? All right? And so when we do this now, Charles and I were at a very wonderful event this past Saturday, Praise in the Mountains. And see, this event hosted, it was a free outreach. And I just got the report. There were 300 Bibles that were given away.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
There were 7 people who gave their life to the Lord and got baptized then. Okay? There was salvation all over the park. This was an outdoor event. Okay? These people came as they were.
Yes.
When we got there and start singing, the only thing you start seeing people just giving praise and worship.
Yes.
Okay? And so this is how I feel that the Lord uses me. And then when those folks come to me and tell me that they, you know, I was going through something, I lost my house I burned up and everything, but you gave me some inspiration, again, to God be the glory.
That's right. Wow.
You know, it's interesting that you asked that. There were, as far as me personally, there were different phases, Brother Lawrence, and audience, that actually compelled me to learn how to accept the praise. And that's what, you know, basically I've heard in each one of you in your statements, that it's a learning process. You have to learn how to do it. As a young man, I was very vain. People told me that I was good because I played bass. People told me that I was good because I was singing in the group. My head was so big, I couldn't even, matter of fact, it was breaking my legs to carry it, okay? As an older man, you know, I got like more out of my teens, and now it was used like as like a badge, you know, like, oh yeah, I know I'm bad and I'm with some bad guys. So I walked and made me feel bigger than other people, which was ridiculous. But in reality, I was the same. It took me to have to go through something, my own self. And then hear the words reflected back to me and sit back and say, you know what, this is no joke.
That's right.
That I have been the joke. I have been joking. But it's time out for that. It is time to now get real, because this feeling, this spiritual, emotional ball of fire that's inside of me, that I can muster up and then throw out there and then somebody else feel it, this is no play to
Right,
me.
right,
That's right.
And
That's right.
at the same time, this is something that I cannot just do on my own.
Okay.
I can't just write